Today I want to talk a little bit more about me, about things I like doing, etc. Starting with my music taste. As you know, if you've looked at a few of my earlier videos, particularly one from Sunday, you'll see that I like 80s music. I like anything like Erasure, Pet Shop Boys, a-ha, particular favourites, Depeche Mode. Absolutely love Depeche Mode. I've also got different tastes in music. I like Jean-Michel Jarre for his electronic music. I love anything like that. I like Vangelis. I like Mike Oldfield. I also like goth rock music. I like Within Temptation and Delain. If you've never heard of them or you don't know any of their songs, I'll post a couple of links below at the end of the video. I've always been into my 80s music because obviously that's the decade I grew up in. I was born in 72, so from 8 to 18 were the 80s for me. And I still think to this day that they had the best music. Simple as. I love the fact that a lot of the groups from the 80s are still going now, which I can't see many from the 2000s still being going in 20 years' time. I really can't. I think groups back then had a lot of longevity. They actually kept the popularity and they kept going and bringing out new stuff and so on. Like I say, when we went to see OMD, well, a-ha, the other day, OMD were there, and OMD, basically, they actually stated during the concert that they debuted in 1979, so they've been going nearly 40 years, and the lead singer, he's actually 59 next month. Now, you know, you can look at the groups nowadays, you can look at the charts nowadays, and you can't see many of them still going when they're 59. You just can't do it at all. The style of music changes, and they'll change. I like Within Temptation. Sharon Denardle has got such an amazing voice. Like I say, I'm going to post a link underneath to one of their songs. I absolutely love them. Some of their earlier stuff's a bit grungier for me, a bit wow, you know, a bit yeah. But I think from about the second or third album, I was just in love with their music. I thought they were fantastic, and I can't remember actually how I discovered them. It must have been something, but I can't remember how I discovered them. And now I've got a lot of the CDs and a couple of the concerts in Blu-ray. And you know, I think it was last year I had the latest album, and that's good as well. I'm a mad Depeche Mode fan. I've been a Depeche Mode fan since they first started. Everything from Speak and Spell, Construction Time Again, all the earlier stuff. Then when obviously they brought out things like Violator, and the latest one, which was Spirit year before, and that's a fantastic album. It really is good. I've even listened to the solo projects. Dave Gahan's album's good. It's really good. It's got some really good tracks on it. I don't tend to listen to a lot of modern music, although I don't mind trance music. Trance music I can get into. I don't mind trance music. I'm a particular fan of DJ Tiesto. I love Tiesto's music. I think it's great. I think the way he collaborates, creates his own sounds is just out of this world. But my music preferences, like I say, I don't think they'll ever change. I'll always be into the music that I'm in now. Other than that, music-wise, I'll listen to anything really to give it a once-off. But I can pick up like Now 99, which is out now, and literally I will know 3 or 4 tracks. I won't know much at all. I don't keep up with the modern pulse of music whatsoever. I'm definitely 80s and some 90s, yeah, 70s. I don't mind a bit of 70s either. I'm a big fan of another a group called the Alan Parsons Project, who are again still going now. They're still going now. I recently got a Blu-ray of theirs of a concert they did in Colombia, and that's just out of this world. Yeah, music-wise, like I say, I've got a lot of tastes that I've grown up with, if you like, and a lot of my family are into the same sort of music as me. My 2 sisters, they both love 80s music. My mum was 60s all the way. Anything after about 1970, and she's not interested really. Although she doesn't mind Erasure, possibly Pet Shop Boys, but she doesn't really stretch too much music after that. Dad, as in my wife, Dad, she absolutely loves all musicals, anything to do with the musicals, the stage, theatre, Broadway. She is absolutely mad on all that. Her hero is Andrew Lloyd Webber, or Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, I should say. She loves anything like that. Cats, Les Miserables, Phantom of the Opera, Wicked. She loves them all. There's no, I don't know if she's got a particular favourite, but she loves them all, every single one of them. Yeah, so that's my taste in music. Film and TV is a bit strange because I'm not really mad on TV shows as such. I've got a lot of old comedy box sets from Are You Being Served all the way to things like Men Behaving Badly, which obviously isn't old as such, but we're still talking 90s, you know, so it's still quite old now. But I like things like Dad's Army, Bless This House, like I say, Love Thy Neighbour, Only Fools and Horses is my ultimate favourite, as anybody will tell you who knows me. My actual writing pseudonym that I write my poetry and my book under is Son of Del, because I just think Only Fools and Horses is just one of those programmes that you love. I know recently people have been saying that it's sexist and homophobic. I will say one thing, in the 80s we had a sense of humour. It's as simple as that. We had a sense of humour. People now who find that kind of thing offensive just haven't got a sense of humour. That's all I can say. Because anybody can get offended at absolutely anything they watch on TV. But if you watch it for what it is and what it was, which was a comedy series that had millions and millions of viewers every single time it was on, then they must have been doing something right. And literally it went from when I was 8 years old, I think it was 1980 or 81, the first episode, all the way up to the 2000s. And for a comedy series to stay that long with that much popularity, they've got to be right. They've got to be funny. And I can still watch every single episode now and still laugh at the same things that I've laughed at 50, 100 times before. On that sort of note, what I will say is, people say that a lot of the comedies I watch, Love Thy Neighbour, etc., etc., are racist. Now, yes, you've got a black guy living next to a white guy, and they literally hate each other, right? Now, the black guy calls the white guy nignog. The white guy calls the black guy nignog, jam jaw, everything you can think of, right? Which these days people go, oh no, that's offensive. The white guy takes the brunt of it. You know, he gets called a white honky puff and, snowflake, and it's hilarious. It really is funny because you watch this banter between these two people, these two actors that are getting on. But people watch it nowadays and say it's racist, it shouldn't be shown, it's offensive. Well, you're not telling me that everybody who ever watched that programme was a white, middle-class English male? Never in a million years. Never. Not a chance. But like I say, we had more of a sense of humour back then. And I just think that that's the problem with comedy these days. We've lost our sense of humour. These days, everybody will get offended by every single thing that they see on the internet or on the TV or listen to or in a game. If you get up in the morning and you decide that you're going to be upset or offended by something, then you will make sure you find something. It's as simple as that. I don't believe that people find it by accident. You'll hear of people saying, oh, I thought this film that I watched was absolutely disgusting. I watched all 90 minutes of it. Well, why? If I'm watching a film and I find it offensive or disgusting, I don't tend to sit through till the end of it. You've made the choice to watch that. So I don't see how you can rationalise the fact that you didn't think it was worthy or whatever. Anyway, that's my talk for today. It was mainly just about my likes and dislikes. I'll cover more subjects later on, but it's just so you get a feel for what kind of person you're listening to or you subscribe to. There'll be a lot more interesting videos than this, shall I say. I'm not doing a lot at the moment. I was supposed to be going town today, and I didn't go town today because I was not feeling up to it at all. I didn't feel too good. My back's still hurting me and my legs are still hurting me from Saturday. So I've managed to, believe it or not, stretch this into almost 10 minutes. I don't know how I've done that. But like I said yesterday, more rattle than a stone in a can. So that's what you subscribe to. I will do another video again probably tomorrow, because I think tomorrow we are definitely going out, and it's the usual. If you want to subscribe, it's there. And if you want to see yesterday's video, it's there. You take care, and I shall speak to you soon.